These are the best coffee grinders of 2025. If you are new to our channel, every year we round up our top coffee gear picks across 9 different categories. Today, we are talking about our favorite coffee grinders of 2025. You know it, you love it, the Baratza Encore has been the standard for home coffee grinders for years. It's affordable, intuitive, and reliable for anybody who's brewing filter coffee at home. The Encore features 40mm stainless steel conical burrs, which get this grinder a consistent grind size across all brew methods. This is a stepped grinder that has settings that work well from mocha pot to cold brew. When it comes to cleaning, this grinder is really straightforward. The hopper is removable, allowing you access right into the grind chamber. I do wish that there was a way to shut off the hopper and lock it, as when it's full of beans, there's not a graceful way to get into the grind chamber without either dumping the beans out or grinding through everything that's stored in the hopper. And if you want to switch coffees, I personally recommend single dosing to avoid having to switch beans. This grinder is on the louder side. It's not ear splitting, but you'll definitely hear it from a few rooms away. The footprint is small enough for most kitchens, though with the plastic case and grounds bin, it's inclined to a little bit of static and mess. All that being said, the Encore is a solid pick for someone who is getting started brewing coffee at home. The Fellow Ode Gen 2 is a home brewing grinder with 64mm flat steel burrs. It's designed for every filter method: AeroPress, pour over, French press, drip coffee. I personally love it for single origin pour overs. The vertically oriented flat burrs give a really clean cup and tasting experience. This is a single dosing grinder, so we can't store beans in the hopper, but it is super quiet, and I really love the auto stop function. This grinder also features deionizing wires, which reduces static. However, they can also cause jams in the coarser range of the grinder. This is because they're physically across the front of the chute, so when the coffee grounds are larger, they can build up behind the wires. I only see this happen at setting 10 and above, so if you're staying finer than that, you probably won't see this issue come up. Notable upgrades from the first generation include better bean feeders, so that way the coffee flows out, and improved burr geometry for more consistent results. Some coffee grinders can also be used for espresso. That is not the case for this grinder. It does not grind fine enough. That being said, it has a sleek, low-profile design and looks at home next to a Fellow kettle or the Aiden brewer. The Eureka Filtro Silent is our ultimate pick for brew grinders this year. It's a little bit taller than some of our other filter grinders, but it looks great and has that signature heavy feel that you expect out of Eureka grinders. It features 50mm flat stainless steel burrs that deliver a super consistent grind quality experience for filter coffee. The 300-gram hopper is plenty of room to load up your favorite bag of coffee, but personally, I prefer single dosing, especially with the included hand brew cup. What really sets this grinder apart is the sound. Thanks to insulation around the motor and the case, it's super quiet. The insulation also helps cut down on vibration, keeping the noise from carrying to other rooms in the house. The retention from this grinder is fairly low, although I wish that it featured the single dose hopper like on the Note or the bellow included with the Mignon Zero. This machine features stepless grind adjustment, giving you super flexible control over the grind size, which for an advanced brewer like me is really awesome, but that can feel a little overwhelming when you're getting started. And if you already have a Mignon espresso grinder, this grinder matches the aesthetic perfectly, elevating your home brewing setup. This grinder is of course excellent for consistency, and it's super quiet. The kind of person drawn to this grinder also loves its build. It's heavy and has a really premium feel. And finally, the Eureka Crono Brew is our honorable mention this year. This is a solid coffee grinder that keeps things simple and effective. The hopper is smaller than some, but the steeper walls help feed beans effectively. Inside, this grinder has 50mm flat steel burrs that deliver consistent grind quality. It is a bit louder than other grinders in this list, I consider it a 2-room away grinder. It has a timer built in, which is great if you want to dose hands-free, or if you want to have quick, consistent doses from hopper-filled grinding. This grinder functions super well with most coffees, although I have had it struggle a little bit with super light roasted coffees in its finest settings. The reason for this is because light roasts are denser than dark roasted coffees and are therefore harder to break up, and with 50mm burrs, sometimes they don't process as evenly as medium to dark roasted coffees, which are less dense and easier to break up. Overall, this is a great grinder if you want the Mignon build quality in a budget-friendly grinder. I've mentioned the sound level for each grinder. Now I'm going to demo them one by one. This isn't a scientific sound test, but it should give you a good idea of the pitch and the overall noise that each grinder makes. It's not about how loud the grinder is, but the kind of loud the grinder is. This is especially true if you're using the grinder in a smaller space, like in an apartment or dorm. All 4 of these grinders shine as home coffee and filter coffee grinders, but not so much for espresso. If you're looking for an espresso grinder, check out our top 3 playlists, where we recommend espresso grinders in 2 different budget categories.